Well, it looks like August 6th of 2025, you were here. You said you wanted to speak with an attorney. You could hire one, so we set it over to November 3rd of 25. On
Yes.
that date, you failed to appear. January 30th of 26, you called in and wanted to follow up on your active warrant from November. January 30th, you called again and advised to show up for court. You still wanted to retain an attorney. And you were referred to the sheriff's office for the warrant. They indicated they couldn't talk about active warrant, so they referred you to Lori Mann of the sheriff's office, the warrants officer. And then somehow you were back in front of Judge Hutchison on this docket. And you told her you wanted a bench trial, so she set it for today, July 8th, 2026. But July 6th, you called in and asked if you could appear by Zoom. You were told you could.
Yep.
All right, so here we are. Are you ready to go to trial? You said you wanted to talk to someone. The charge is, let me go back over your charge since it's been a while.
Okay.
You have count of operating a motor vehicle without registration or with expired tag. The state's alleging you committed this unclassified misdemeanor on February 6th, 2025. The fine could be as high as $2,500, although I've often seen it $50. The jail sentence could be 30 days to 6 months, but I've usually seen probation granted. So who are you wanting to talk to, sir?
Well, I guess here's the deal. It was on one of my work trailers that I forgot to put the sticker on the tag.
Well, we're not having the trial yet. Who are you wanting to talk to? I can only make determinations based on the evidence I hear. Are you wanting to talk to the guy that formally filed the case based on the officer's citation?
Well, I guess I'm just out of conjunction, Your Honor, that I really don't know what to do because I didn't think this was going to turn into this over not having a sticker on my tag. And I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't going to be a moving violation because I have a few moving violations because I travel coast to coast for work. And so I'm trying to talk to somebody to figure out what I can do just to make sure I will gladly pay the ticket. I just want to make sure that it's not a moving violation. And that's what I've been trying to do from day one. And I've never been able, and like I say, I've talked to two attorneys and one of them is a local one there from Butler, Mr. Watts, to, get some help with this, but I can't get anybody to help. And it's like, it just keeps spiraling out of control. And I want to do what's right, but I just don't feel like I should have a probation for, not having a sticker on one of my tags that I accidentally forgot to not put on.
Well, that's
Your Honor, could I have a breakout room with Mr. Brand really quick?
Yeah. Okay, Destiny, could you please put Mr. Storr and Mr. Ryan Brand in a breakout room? Mr. Brand is the prosecutor. He's the one in charge of the case at this time,
Okay. Yep.
representing the state.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that the one you're here for, Master Trooper Grunder?
No, when they went into the breakout room, I was going to ask you because I didn't hear the name of the one I was here for.
Who are you here for, sir?
I'm here for Shanice Jordan.
She goes by Sharice Jamal on my docket, and she is here.
Okay.
No, I don't.
You
Hold
don't?
on. That ain't me.
Are
No,
you
there's-
sure? Okay, well, is it
I'm
S?
Sharice.
Hold
There's
on.
Shawnee's Jordan.
Yeah, that ain't
Is
me.
it SH? I have, maybe you're the wrong person, but you sure spell Sharice the same. Shagerecee. Is that the first name you have, Trooper?
No, the one I had stopped her spelling is Shaunise.
Okay, that is a different one then. She is not on my docket. Does anybody have her? Sharice Jordan?
I've
No,
got her
that-
on mine.
I do, ma'am.
You're a trooper also?
Yes.
So we have two troopers subpoenaed to be here today on a case that I don't have on my docket. Can you help us out, Mr. Prosecutor Cole Store?
Yes, Judge. So there's Shawnice Jordan, and that is, oh gosh, where's the case number?
14 at the 120.
26 TR 621.
Clerk Destiny, do you see that on today's docket?
Just a moment, Your Honor. Not on today's. I see it on next Wednesday's bench trial docket. Today I have Sharice, and I think it's Jamal. It's 26 TR 616.
And Sharice Jamal is here, right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay,
Judge,
but-
we must have just put it in on the wrong date
okay.
on our end.
So can I let the officers subpoenaed for today go?
Yes, please. And I apologize. I think
Uh,
that's Master Trooper Grunder.
And I think Trooper Jordan Zahn said he's on that also.
I think he's
I'm
on. He's
I'm
on
for Sharice.
Sharice.
Oh, he's here for Sharice Jamal. But Grunder is here for the one that's set for next week.
Yes, Judge.
Well, I'm sure the way it works, we've called you in on a day off. And next week is probably a day off. What's next week?
Actually, I'm scheduled to work both, but Mr. Store, could you get me a new subpoena? Because today's subpoena actually said today.
Yes. I apologize for that.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
thank you, Master Trooper Grunder. You are excused. Jordan Zahn,
All
it
right,
sounds
thank
like
you.
you're stuck here a while, though. Well, we probably better check, make sure the officers have cases going today. Trooper Clan, is it?
Land.
Land. Okay, which case are you here for? And you just muted yourself. Can you unmute?
Yep.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I'm here for Laura. Last name Laura.
Priscilla Laura, and did she tell me she was here? Yes.
She was here in the
Oh.
courthouse.
All right, well, Mr. Store, do you want to just?
135 is
Order?
135, 8 northbound, the white Chevy Silverado with the clock.
We have Ryan Smith here as court services. We could take his up and get him back to his duties, although I think that's one Mr. Patterson was going to talk to. Now,
Yes.
you're here on Lozano, Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, and as of the last roll call, he had not logged on to the docket, I don't believe.
Your Honor, he actually showed up here at the courthouse and I informed Mr. Patterson that this is the only, I don't have a computer available for a breakout room. So I told Mr. Patterson, Mr. Lozano was going to call his office. So they should be speaking, I would think.
All right, well, Mr. Patterson's on the screen, but he's muted, so he could very well be in conference with his client at his office. Well, who's here as a witness in the Ryan Brand case?
Deputy Grimes, Your Honor.
Deputy Grimes, hello there. All right, let's take that up. Mr. Brand, you do want a trial, correct? Or did you
Judge, I was going to try to do a breakout with him really quick.
haven't had that breakout yet? Okay. All right, let's try again, Destiny, to put ACA Coal Store and Brand Ryan in a breakout. No, yes. Okay, he's representing himself. I was gonna say, no, his attorney, but you don't have an attorney. Okay.
They both should have the invitation now, Your Honor.
What's that? They both should have it now. Okay. Ooh.
And Your Honor, just for information, I just spoke with attorney, Mr. Peterson, and he is ready on his case as well now. He has a
Where'd he go?
He's still here. Let me see if I can get him back into the main room.
And Judge, just a heads up, he provided me proof of his tags being fixed. And so the state was just going to plan on dismissing the charge.
The state was going to plan on, I'm sorry, I missed the last.
The state's going to dismiss. He's provided
Oh,
proof of registration.
okay. All right, we are on the record, back on the record in BU 2025 TR 1049, State of Kansas versus Ryan Christopher Brand. Assistant County Attorney Cole Storer appearing for the state. The defendant Cole or Ryan Brand in person and pro se. Mr. Storer, Mr. Brand, you filed a document that you're going to be continuing to waive your attorney and represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Storer, you said you've spoken with the defendant and you have an agreement or an arrangement or announcement?
Yes, Judge, the state is moving to dismiss the case. He's provided me proof of registration.
All right, and so you are going to dismiss this?
Yes, Judge.
Is that without or with prejudice?
Without.
Without. All right, now, Mr. Storer, or Mr. Brand, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brand, I want you to understand this charge is not like the insurance where the prosecutor has to dismiss it by statute, but he is elected to do that. He's dismissing it without prejudice. So let's say you go out and violate the law tomorrow, he can refile this. Do you understand that? During now and the statute of limitations. So make sure you're on your good behavior so that he doesn't come back and refile this.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were kind of concerning me a while ago when you were saying you were kind of being dismissive of the law. Understand the legislature considers that little sticker to be proof of your annual registration for 1 year. That sticker is worth 1 year. And it's just as important as the tag that it be current itself, the metal plate.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I don't make those laws. The officer doesn't make those laws. The people you elect and send to Topeka does that. But we're sure here to enforce them.
Yes, Your Honor. And I wasn't, and I apologize, I wasn't trying to be dismissive. I guess my point was that I forgot to put the sticker on, and I know 100% it was my fault that I did not put it on. But I guess what I was just saying is I was hoping that there was a way to, just get this all figured out without going through everything that I've went through. So I appreciate you guys' time very much.
Well, it sounds like you got through to the prosecutor and he's made that motion to dismiss, which is granted. So you may go at this time, Mr. Brand.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And the officer on the Brand case, who did you say you were? Which one?
Deputy Grimes.
Deputy Grimes. Do you have any other case here today?
No, ma'am.
All right, then thank you for coming in. You are excused at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I presume you were excusing your witness, Mr. Storer. I got a little ahead of you there. Did you
No,
want him to stay for any reason?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now then, we have Mr. Peterson ready on Sydney Taylor Leslie. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everybody's talked with everybody that needs to. We'll be on the record then in BU 2025 CR 250, State of Kansas versus Sydney Taylor Leslie. Please announce appearances.
May it please the court, Cole Storer for the state.
May it please the court, Sydney Leslie appears by Zoom with counsel William Peterson also on Zoom.
All right, now, Mr. Peterson, this one is interesting. It comes on for a motion in limine that I understand is the defendant requesting that her status, if any, as a sovereign citizen not be referred to.
Your Honor,
Yes,
pardon me
sir.
interruption. We can set that aside. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Storer and I had some discussions this morning and we've worked out a plea in this case to resolve the matter.
And you're wanting the court to entertain that plea at this time?
Yes, we would ask the court to take that plea and get
All
this
right.
taken care of.
Mr. Storer, would you want to tell me the conditions of that or have Mr. Peterson, whichever?
I can do it.
Okay.
I can get my computer to do what I want it to do. All right. So the offer would be to amend count 1 to 8-1503, which is requiring obedience to a lawful police order. It's an unclassified misdemeanor. The fine would be $100 plus court costs. It'd be a 30-day suspended jail sentence with 6 months of non-reporting probation. She would plead to count 2, no insurance, $300 mandatory minimum fine, 120 days jail suspended with 6 months of non-reporting probation and court costs. And then the state would move to dismiss counts 3 and 4. Counts concurrent.
Mr. Peterson, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Miss Leslie, we have reviewed that. She's prepared to plead no contest today, and those will be joint recommendations.
All right. So, Miss Leslie, you've heard us speaking about you and your case?
Correct, yes.
Now, you are set for trial today, and the witnesses have been subpoenaed and are here. No, I'm sorry, strike that. You're set for motion. I'm sorry. So you had filed a motion that you didn't want any reference during your trial to.
Actually, Your Honor, that was actually the state's motion.
The state's withdrawing that motion, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, there is a motion to keep out the sovereign citizen status and so forth. And you understand that with your plea, that motion's off the table. We're not going to be talking about that?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, you do have the right to a trial, but if you continue your no contest plea, there will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your attorney says you want to plead to an amended charge and to count 2. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you do that with the understanding that the remaining charges against you are to be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let's look at this amended count 1 that I understand is being amended to 8-1503. A lot of statutes in chapter 8. And I have it here. All right. KSA 8-1503 required obedience to a lawful order of police officer or fireman reads that no person shall willfully fail or refuse to comply with any lawful order or direction of any police officer or fireman invested by law with authority to direct, control, or regulate traffic. So it stands to reason that you are now being accused in count 1 on or about the 21st day of May 2025 in Butler County, Kansas, knowingly and unlawfully failing or refusing to comply with the lawful order or direction of police officer. It doesn't show me which officer. Which one would that be, Mr. Storr?
Judge, that would be Corporal Khalid Barake
Okay. With
of
that
Butler County
office
Sheriff.
of the Butler County Sheriff's Office, who had authority to direct, control, or regulate traffic, and you failed to follow that authority. Violation of this section is a misdemeanor. How do you plead to that amended charge, Miss Leslie?
No contest.
And then I understand you're also going to plead no contest to count 2, which alleges on that same day you did drive and failed to provide proof of insurance upon demand by the law enforcement officer. This is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. How do you plead to that?
No contest, Your Honor.
Is anyone making you enter these pleas of no contest today by any threats or promises other than your plea agreement?
No, ma'am.
You understand that with these pleas, you are giving up your right to the motion and the trial that would be set eventually.
Yes, ma'am.
And you will most likely, even though you're not admitting the charges, you'll most likely be found guilty and unable to appeal your convictions. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you had time to talk to your attorney about these pleas?
Yes, I did.
And do you need any more time to visit with him before we proceed?
I do not.
All right, I will accept the defendant's no contest pleas to amended count 1 and count 2 as freely and voluntarily entered. Mr. Storer, have you a factual basis to support these pleas?
Yes, Judge, the factual basis would be that on or about May 21st of 2025, Miss Leslie was pulled over by Corporal Khalid Barake. Sorry if I'm butchering that. For a tag violation. During that encounter, she was asked to step out of her vehicle and refused to do so. And then the facts would also be that she failed to have insurance on the vehicle at the time of the stop. And that it all occurred in Butler County.
On one of our highways or streets?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had it pulled up and then I lost it.
Okay.
I believe it was at 202 West Market Street in Andover, Kansas.
All right, I find the state has provided an adequate factual basis to the no contest pleas and amended count 1 and count 2. I find the defendant guilty of the same. On motion of the state for plea agreement, I dismiss count 3, no driver's license in possession, and count 4, failure to register a vehicle, an unclassified misdemeanor. At this time, we will proceed with sentencing, and I understand the recommendation on count 1 is $100 fine and 30 days in jail. I will make that the order of the court. On count 2, a $300 fine and 120 days in jail. That will be the order of the court. These charges will run concurrently for the jail sentence. Now, Miss Leslie, do you want to go ahead and just serve that jail time, or do you want probation?
Probation, please.
All right, well, if you don't want to serve the jail time, you better make sure you understand the conditions and the duration of that probation and not violate it. Because if you violate it, it can be revoked and you can serve your jail time. The probation will be for 6 months as recommended by the parties. It will be non-reporting, but you are still on probation for 6 months. And during the 6 months, if you violate the probation, again, it can be revoked and you can serve the jail time. The conditions are pretty straightforward, though. The first one is don't violate any laws during the 6-month period. Pay the total due, which includes the $100 fine on count 1, the $300 fine on count 2, and $108 in court costs. And your attorney is retained. You've hired your attorney, right? He's not appointed.
That is correct.
All right. So the total due is $508. Can you pay that today or do you need some time?
I'll need 2 weeks.
I'll give you 30 days to get that paid because we need to get the journal entry on file. But 30 days to pay. Stop by the clerk's office on your way out today and she'll tell you how you can pay online or in person or by mail. And you've had your picture and prints taken in this case?
That is correct.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Storr, that we need to address?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Peterson, anything else on this case?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, no.
All right. Then you and your client are excused from today's hearing. Also, the trooper that was called in today, are you here on anything else? Or the officer, I'm sorry. It was Deputy Zahn, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
No,
Under the
we're
whole
only supposed to
department.
have, we had a witness subpoenaed for that motion, but I called them off.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. Are we ready, Mr. Patterson, on the show cause?
Yes, Judge.
Where is your?
Pick it up.
Okay, you want to get your client and that's Robert Lozano.
Your Honor, is this from December? Just want to make sure that I have the right one.
Okay, let me get that up here.
I think it is, Your Honor. It is the warrant that I had requested in December 9th of 2025.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm going off the right thing. I'm still learning this program, so.
I show that on December 9th, 2025, a request for revocation of probation was filed. A bench warrant to show cause why probation should not be revoked was filed December 15th of 2025. A return on the arrest bench warrant was filed March 31st of 26. Bond made May 27th of 26. So in answer to your question, yes, it looks like it's the December 9th of 2025. And I understand that Cole Storr is here for well, if I haven't announced the case, we're here on BU 2022 TR 4048, State of Kansas versus Robert L. Lozano. Please announce appearances.
May it please the court, Cole Storr for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appearing on behalf of Robert Lozano. Mr. Lozano does appear personally from Courthouse 33 video station.
Okay, thank you. How does the defendant wish to proceed on this request for revocation, Mr. Patterson?
Judge, I understand the revocation is from December 2025. However, my appointments didn't get out till, well, I got two of them, one in June 1st and one July 6th. I'm not sure why two, but June 1st, I think, is the one that would be more applicable. But I have had trouble getting a hold of Mr. Lozano. The order of appointment had two phone numbers listed on it. Those belong to two different people, not his. And I've asked Mr. Lozano about that. He gave me his current phone number or his phone number, which is different from those. So I'm not sure how those got on there. But after talking with him today, it appears that he has numerous documents to obtain and get to me to help in his case. So he is requesting a continuance to get me those documents. Some of them appear to be treatment records and other things that might be very important to the allegations contained here. So I am requesting a continuance.
Mr. Storr, your response to this request for continuance.
Your Honor, I don't object, but I would ask that Mr. Lozano report to probation after the hearing if the court grants the motion to continue.
And Judge, that's not a problem at all. My client will, but I would also tell the court, he is on electronic monitoring. He does have a GPS unit, but he's also on weekly reporting over at Sedgwick County. So he is very well monitored right now. And so again, I think that something the court should know. Thank you.
Well, he's been, we've tried to get him in here since December of 25 to answer for violating his probation. Before you know it, it's going to be a year and he still hasn't addressed these allegations. So I'm not comfortable putting this off again. He's had since December to get with an attorney, to get that attorney whatever he needs. And
Judge, I don't want to particularly argue with the court, but my appointment was June 1st.
well, that's because he delayed in getting around to asking for an attorney. He's brought all of this on himself. I understand you haven't had much time, but he has had. How much time do you need, Mr. Patterson?
My clients just tell me 1 week. He can get the documents for me. I don't, but I told him, of course, the court's calendar is much different from that.
Yeah, some people like to take advantage of my crowded docket. Not that I'm saying you are or that even he is at this point, but I do know that people do that. Destiny, when would be the next earliest date you could get this on for show cause? Could you do it? Well, just tell me when you could.
Well, in your honor, do we have any witnesses that we are going to need to subpoena? Is there anything, should I look for 30 days out or so?
Well, I think we're going to need Ryan Smith. You're the probation officer, right, Mr. Smith?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Because I can do July 15th. I have a spot open next week.
I'm available.
Available.
Date will be available.
Let's see what Mr. Smith has.
Your Honor, I am not going to be available that day.
Okay. What's the next available date?
The next one I have is the week after on July 22nd.
I'm available that one also.
I'm available that day, Your Honor.
That works with state.
Mr. Lozano, any reason you can't be here that day?
No, I have court over there at July 16th, so I won't have anything on the 22nd. If I have a probation visit or counseling, I have treatment 3 times a week, but if it's for treatment, I'm sure, they'll have to understand I have to come here first.
Well, I am ordering that you reappear here in person at the courthouse. That is consistent with local court rules as set by Chief Judge Rickey quite some time ago on show causes. Whatever it is that you supposedly are going to get Mr. Patterson to help show that you didn't violate your probation as alleged by Mr. Smith, you better get it to Mr. Patterson right away so he can have time to do whatever he wants to do with it.
Yes, I just need to get online and get through my insurance. I get into my Embedded account, my insurance
I don't
account.
need to hear it now. I'll hear it if it's a relevant part. I will hear it at the next hearing. All right, let's look at your bond. I will continue the 1,500 bond that you posted March 21st, 26th, with the added conditions that you provide Mr. Patterson with what he needs and that you reappear in person at the courthouse at the time and date given. Anything else, Mr. Storer, for the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Patterson, anything further for the defense?
Judge, after he does see Mr. Smith, I would ask him to come across the street to my office for one more conversation.
Mr. Smith, do you want to see him today?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Then go to probation. Do you know where it is?
I think I'm in the building right now.
You think you've been on probation all this time and you think.
Yes, I'm just saying unless he's
Well,
somewhere
Mr.
else.
Patterson probably doesn't want you saying anything else. All
Just
right.
saying if he's still in the same place, yes, I'm here.
And Your Honor, that was at 1:30, correct?
Yes, 1:30.
Okay, and
All right.
I'll show Mr. Lozano where to go.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Lozano is excused. Mr. Smith, you're excused unless you have another case on the docket.
That is my only case on the docket, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Patterson, this is your only case on the docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're excused as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Being in recess on Lozano, is there any particular order we want to take up? Anyone else? How about Priscilla Laura? Did she show up? You've got her in the court security?
I do, Your Honor. She's right here.
Do you have your witness on that case?
I do, Judge, but can I have just a moment to speak with her?
Okay, just a
I
moment.
think we might be able to.
All right. We are on the record in BU 2025 TR 2812, State of Kansas versus Priscilla Laura. ACA Cole Storer for the state. Ms. Laura appears in person. And pro se, Ms. Laura, you're not hiring or applying for court-appointed attorney, is that right?
Correct.
You've waived your right and you're representing yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone made you waive your right to an attorney?
No.
And you understand that you can hire an attorney, and if you can't afford to hire an attorney, you can apply for court appointed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Knowing that, you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, which is a right in and of itself.
Yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Storer, you said you want a breakout room to talk to Miss Laura. Is that right?
Yes, please, just very quickly, Judge.
Miss Laura, are you willing to talk to the prosecutor for a minute before we start your trial?
Yes.
All right. So, Dustin, if you'll put the defendant and the prosecutor in a breakout room together.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, we are back on the record in BU 2025 TR 2812, State of Kansas versus Priscilla Laura. Appearing for the state, Cole Storer, defendant in person and pro se. The parties have had a breakout room to discuss this case after the defendant again waived her right to counsel on the record. Mr. Storer, any announcements?
Yes, Judge, I believe we have an agreement. So I actually spoke with Trooper Land. Miss Laura was extremely kind when she got pulled over, which is why I'm willing to do this. She actually did provide proof of insurance on the vehicle. So the state would be moving to dismiss count 3. And for an agreement to plead to the speeding, the state is going to dismiss count 2 as well. So it would be, I think, a $45 fine plus court costs. And then I told her that she could discuss with you how much time she needed to pay.
All right, Miss Laura, that's your plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
So how do you plead to count 1 speeding?
No contest? Oh, guilty, sorry.
You're pleading guilty to speeding 75 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone in Butler County, Kansas on December 20th of 25.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone making you enter this plea today by any threats or promises other than your plea agreement?
No.
Do you understand that with this plea, even though you're not admitting the charge, you'll still most likely be found guilty and fined and assessed court costs?
Yes.
And knowing that, you want to waive your right to trial and enter this plea of no contest?
Correct.
And it is no contest, or is it guilty?
Yes.
Well, I've heard both. Which, Mr. Cole, Mr. Storr, I thought you said no contest, but I thought you said guilty and she said no contest. So how are you pleading, Miss Laura?
Guilty.
Guilty. All right, no, guilty. So what roadway were you on when you were speeding 75 and 65, Miss Laura?
I don't know my streets, but on some highway.
All right.
Judge, I
so-
believe it was US 54 and 103rd or 132nd Street West.
Milepost.
Milepost 132.
132.
Sorry, thank you.
Where was she driving, Trooper Land?
She was on the
What-
4 lane just east of Augusta on US 54 highway.
Okay. I know exactly where she was then, all right. So I clearly have jurisdiction and you know what you're doing. You're doing it voluntarily with this plea of guilty. Are you pleading guilty because you believe you in fact are guilty, Miss Laura?
Yes.
All right, well, I accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered, find you guilty of count 1. The state's dismissing count 2, that sunscreen. Did you get that off the car?
No.
I'm ordering you to get that off the car right now. I'll come back to that. And count 3, you've provided proof of insurance?
Correct.
All right, so the state is dismissing counts 2 and 3. All right, the scheduled fine on that is $45, is it not, counsel?
It is, Your Honor.
And then the court costs are $108. So the total due is $153. How long can you pay that? Can you pay today or do you need some time?
Some time, please.
How much? 30
Today.
days?
Sorry, today.
You're gonna pay it today?
Yes.
All right, that will be the order of the court, that you pay it today at the clerk of the district court. Now, the sunscreen thing. I don't know how you got the state to dismiss that without getting that off the card, but is that car in the parking lot of the courthouse right now?
No, it is not.
Well, I'm gonna order you I'm just gonna order you to get it off your car. And here's why. Because those officers are out there and their jobs can be challenging enough, dangerous enough. They don't need somebody driving around with window tints so dark that they can't tell who's inside or what that person is doing as they approach. That's my concern about dark sunscreen. There may be other factors, but that's the first one that comes to my mind. So get that sunscreen off of there. The officers can keep stopping you every time they see that. I had a young man the other day tell me, well, I'm going to leave it on and I'm going to take my chances. He pled guilty. I found that very disturbing that that was his attitude. But you need to get that off of there. Tell your friends to get that dark tint on their car windows. It's just a matter of time. Oh. All right. Anything else from anyone? Mr.
No, Your
Storr?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Before we go, our card machines were down earlier, and so I don't know if they're still down. If she plans on paying today, it's got to be either exact cash or a check.
Okay. Now there is an ATM over at the credit union across from the courthouse if you need to use it, Miss Laura, with your card.
Can we pay online?
Not until I get the journal entry, and Mr. Storr has been in court all day, and then he has to get the paperwork to his staff, and then they have to draft it and get it back to him for signature, and then he has to get it filed, and then I have to get it, and so sometimes it can take a good 30 days to get it filed. But if you pay in person, you can pay today. Now you can pay I've given you 30 days. If you want to wait until we get the journal entry on file and you can get it paid online in 30 days, you can do that. Stop by the clerk's office and they can give you the online information.
Okay.
But don't go past the 30 days because then your driver's license can get suspended and you're going to have more problems, bigger problems.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may go. Thank you,
Thank you.
Miss Laura. Well, we took care of Brand, Jamal. We haven't taken care of Jamal, have we?
I think that's all we got left, Judge.
All right.
Judge,
Is
am I
there-
free to leave?
Laura, that's what I was gonna say. Can we dismiss the witness on Laura?
Yes, please, Judge.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
may
you.
go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, Ms. Jamal, you want to try this case again?
Yes.
Back on the record in BU 2026 PR 616, State of Kansas versus Sharice LaShawn Jamal. Parties before, Cole Store for the state, Sharice Jamal defended in person and pro se. I understand, counsel, that there is a plea agreement. Or did I hear that?
I don't believe so. I think Ms. Jamal was requesting a continuance at the beginning of the docket.
Oh, okay. I put the plea agreement for Laura on Jamal. Okay. So, Miss Jamal, you don't have an attorney yet, correct?
I do not. Would you suggest I get one?
That is your call. I don't make a suggestion on that. But driving while suspended after a prior conviction is a Class A misdemeanor. If convicted, you could be ordered to serve up to a year in the county jail, pay a fine up to $2,500. Count 2, you're charged with driving in violation of an ignition interlock restriction, or tampering to render it inaccurate or inoperative.
And Your Honor, that charge was dropped.
Is that right, counsel? You dropped that? There is an amended complaint. Let me look at it. Count 2 dismissed April 10th of 2026 by the state.
Oh, nice.
Filed by Jared Revere. All right. So you're looking at a Class A misdemeanor, penalties up to a year in jail and $2,500 fines. You're asking for continuance today, Ms. Jamal?
Yes, ma'am.
And for what reason?
It's just taking a little bit longer to get the proper paperwork that I needed to prove that I was about to get my license. I just hadn't finished paying off the fees that I had. So I was hoping I could get the license and then maybe possibly talk to the prosecutor and show him that I was reinstated, and hoping that that would help.
Well, the charge alleges that on July 29th of, I can't be right. Okay, on March 21st of 2026, you were driving while suspended.
That's correct.
So that's what the court will be deciding based on the evidence is, did you have a suspended license on March 21st, 26? If you got your license after the fact, that doesn't automatically negate the charge. Now, the county attorney does have their diversion program, and they do have the authority to amend or dismiss if they wish. And it sounds like maybe you're hoping that they would do that for you on a second driving while suspended. Am I correct in what my understanding
Yes, ma'am.
trying to do?
Yes, ma'am.
But you have had since March 21st to work out a plea agreement.
Work out a plea agreement? Who would I do that with?
Well, that's what you're talking about doing with the state, trying to get them to amend or dismiss.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there any other reason you want this amended or want this continued?
No, ma'am.
All right, what is the state's position in regards to this request?
Oh, Judge, I don't know if diversion is an option on a second offense. Driving while suspended. I will say it's, from what I have in my system, she was in court, I believe. Were you in custody on May 27th? At the last hearing?
Who,
Ms.
me?
Jamal?
In custody. What do you mean by that?
Like, did you get arrested or something? No?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read someone else's notes. So yeah, she was in court on May 27th, so
And
a month
also,
ago. So
This is my
maybe,
first driving on a suspended. I haven't gotten driving on a suspended before. This is the first.
Well, the state's charge alleges that you had a prior, and I can tell you exactly when they think you had that prior.
Okay, because I have not had one before this.
was it 2004 City of Wichita Muni?
2004?
They
Mhm.
said you, on the 29th day of July 2010, in Wichita Municipal Court Case 2004, TM 6098. So they're
if I
saying
did,
that you got the ticket in 2004, but you delayed a conviction until July 29th of 2010. It took you 6 years to get that municipal court case resolved.
oh, I don't even remember that.
Well, that's what the allegation is. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what they're saying.
Okay.
And you had, I believe O'Neill Davis is your attorney.
That is so long ago. I couldn't even begin to try to remember that.
It was
20 years ago,
yeah.
30, 25 years. I have no idea.
I can judge if you want us to go into a breakout room real quick, I can tell her what her offer would be. For a plea offer.
Ms. Jamal, are you representing yourself today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand you had the opportunity to hire an attorney, and if you could not afford to hire one, you could have applied. You remember me telling you that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't do either one of those. You don't, so you want to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is anyone making you give up your right to counsel?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'll have the record reflect that you knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to counsel. Do you want to talk to the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Destiny, would you please put ACA and we are back on the record in BU 2026 TR 616, State of Kansas versus Sharice LaShawn Jamal, ACA Cole Storer for the state, defendant in person and pro se, subpoenaed witness Jordan Zahn, awaiting. Mr. Storer, any announcements at this time?
Your Honor, after my discussion with Ms. Jamal, I believe, well, she hasn't received any discovery in the case, so she doesn't know exactly what, like she hasn't seen her prior conviction or anything like that. And she also, I was telling her what the standard offer is on a driving while suspended second, and I think she is going to request court-appointed counsel.
Well, Miss Jamal, when you don't have an attorney and you don't know how to represent yourself, you're still held to the same standards as if you had an attorney, and an attorney would know about discovery and would have gotten that for you by now. Are you wanting to apply for court-appointed attorney at this late date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Where do you work?
I'm self-employed.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a loctician.
A what?
A loctician.
Loctician. What is a loctician?
I do dreadlocks.
Okay. And what do you make per month doing that?
It's a slow season right now, so I'm not making a lot.
I need a specific amount. Let's say you take what you made the last 12 months and divide that by 12. How much does it average? Or what did you report on your last income tax? What did you put on the 2025 income tax for income?
I didn't file for 2025 or 2024.
Why not?
No specific reason. I just didn't.
Well, did you make any money during those 2 years?
Um, I didn't make a paper paycheck.
So you were paid all in cash?
Yes,
You understand, you still have to pay on cash, not just paper checks.
I understand.
Okay, but you're saying you didn't have a paper trail, so you didn't file taxes, it sounds like. But I
Mhm.
still need to know what you made. I
In a
can't give
year,
you an attorney. I can't give you an attorney without knowing what your income is.
um,
All right, let's put it this way. How much do you charge a customer for doing dreadlocks?
it depends on what they want.
Give me your best approximate. What do
I would
most
say
of them want?
$75 for one customer.
All right, and how many customers do you have in a day?
I would probably say I have 3 a week.
All right, so that's about 225 a week. And then about 900 a month is what you think you make?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a shop or any place that you have to pay overhead on, or do they just come to the house?
Um, no, I do. I pay booth rent $400 a month.
So that brings it down to about 500 you make per month that you get to keep prior to
Yes,
taxes. Well, if you paid the
yes.
taxes. Okay, any other expenses? Oh,
Expenses,
yeah, how about like for your rent? Do you rent a home or pay a mortgage?
car payment,
How much for car payment?
$560 a month.
So you come out $60 in the hole every month after you pay for your car payment?
Yeah, but my boyfriend helps me.
All right, does the boyfriend live with you?
No,
How much money do you get each month from your boyfriend?
he just helps me when I'm short.
Is there an average amount
50
each month he gives you?
50 to 50 to 100 a month, maybe 200 sometimes.
He gives you 200 a month on some months, and you said 5,200?
50 to 100.
Oh, 50 to 100.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you pay utilities on top of your rent, or is that included?
Oh, I do. I don't pay rent.
Oh, okay. Who pays your rent?
I own my home.
You own it in clear?
Hmm.
What's the value of your home?
It's valued at 110,000.
110,000 paid in clear. Any other assets that you have paid in clear?
My son's college tuition.
How much do you have reserved for college tuition?
No, I just finished paying it off last month.
Oh, so you don't pay the college tuition anymore? Did he graduate or drop
Yeah,
out?
he
He
graduated
graduated?
from KU.
Okay, and you paid for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay for all of this out of doing the dreadlocks, or do you have another income?
Well, I was dancing.
Okay. And it was through that you were able to pay your house in full and pay the college?
Yes, for 4 years.
In 4 years, you made enough money to pay off a $110,000 home and a KU education?
No, actually, I've had this house for 6 years, and I had a client of mine pay for it for me.
Well, that could be considered income if someone gave you enough money to pay off a $110,000
He
house.
didn't give it to me. He gave it to the people that we bought the house from.
Who's we? You bought the house with someone?
I bought it from a realtor.
Or did you buy it with someone? Someone co-owns it?
He was going to co-sign for me, but he couldn't prove where his money was coming from, so he paid for it through a wire transfer.
Well, Mr. Jamal, I don't feel like I'm getting clear enough information. So what I'm going to need to have you do if you want a court-appointed attorney, you're gonna have to fill out a written application and give me specific information.
Okay.
A lot of times I can just ask questions to see if you qualify or not. Making the amount of money you do per month, I would say you would probably qualify. But then when you start telling me in 6 years you paid off $110,000 house and a KU education, I
My
can't help but think you're
And
getting more
actually, my
money.
customer paid for it. He didn't give me that money at all. He just paid for it. At 6 years ago, when I moved in, he paid for it before I moved
Okay.
in.
All right, well, you've still got that asset. And even if money is just given to you and not earned, that's still, some would still call that income. So go ahead and call the clerk and she can get you an application. You can fill that out and get that back to her. Do you want the number for the clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
And that obviously means we're going to have to continue this. 316. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
316-322-4370. 316-322-4370.
And just
Call the clerk and say you need a court-appointed attorney application. They can probably send that to you by email, but you'll have to fill it out and probably have to put it in U.S. mail. There's something about when they try to send them back by email, they're illegible. I don't know what the rhyme and reason is to it, but talk to the clerk. She'll tell you about that.
Okay.
But if you don't qualify, you'll have to call back, send it in, and then wait about a week and call them back and find out if you got an attorney and who it is.
Okay.
If you get an attorney, you contact that attorney right away. Don't put off contacting the attorney because we need to get this case resolved.
Yes, ma'am.
Destiny, when's our next available trial date?
You want to set it for trial, Your Honor, or would you like to put it on a Monday in advance of possible?
That's a good idea. The attorney will want to look at that and decide if they want a trial or not. Yeah, let's put that on a Monday.
The next Monday that I have is September 28th, Your Honor.
September 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
9 a.m. Okay, Ms. Jamal, are you still with me?
Yes, ma'am.
You must be back here by Zoom again Monday, September 28th at 9 a.m. with your attorney. That's the next available date I have. Now, Trooper, you won't need to be here because after she talks to her attorney, the attorney will tell me if we actually need a trial or if there's going to be a plea in it. I don't like these cases going this long, but with my crowded schedule, and her right to an attorney, there's not much I can do other than what we've done.
Well, Your Honor, I just wanted to apologize because I thought that represent myself would be easier than it is. I don't know why I thought that. So I apologize to you. I should have originally just gotten a lawyer from the beginning.
Okay. Well, just get the application in. Don't leave anything blank. Put your accurate figures in it.
Okay.
And I will see you back here on that date, September 28th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
You are looking at 2A misdemeanors. Kansas law does require me to order you to get your picture and prints taken.
I did do that.
You did do that? I ordered
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
You got it done. Let me see if your bond showed up. It looks like it did. I'm going to continue that $2,500 bond you posted May 27th to 26th with the added condition that you reappear and that you
A
have your
bond?
attorney. Yeah, you posted an OR bond. It's called a personal recognizance.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to continue that with the added condition that you and your attorney appear September 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keep us on. Again, thank you for being here, and
thank you.
We'll maybe see you again on this case, if not this one, for sure on somebody else. Thank you, Ms. Jamal, for being here, and I will see you on the 28th.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Destiny, that's everyone on this docket?
Your Honor, that's all that I have.
Mr. Storr, is that all you have?
That's all I got. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Can
Thank you,
my
everyone.
trooper go?
Your trooper can go. You can go, and looks like the only attorney on the docket is Darren Patterson, who must be tied up somewhere else right now.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr.
I just spoke to him on the phone, and he is on his way here. He's meeting in person with his client at the building, and I said that if he wasn't logged in at 1:30, I'd let you know. But he's here. He's just speaking with her.
Understood. There he is, in fact. Speak up. All right. Well, is there any particular order we need to take these up? Is there a court service officer that needs to get out of here? A trooper, an officer? Any recommendations or suggestions?
Your Honor, I
Your
am
Honor.
here on the motion to revoke probation on Robert Lozano.
All right. Mr. Patterson, where'd you go? Are we ready on Robert Lozano?
Judge, I think we need to make a roll call first to see if Robert Lozano is here.
All right. Robert Lozano. How about Ryan Christopher Brand? Are you here? Ryan Christopher Brand, you're here.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're pro se, you don't have an attorney?
No, I do not.
Sharice Jamal. Ms. Jamal, if you would unmute. Click on that little red microphone with the line through it. If you're on your telephone, you don't see it, run your finger down the side of the bottom of your telephone screen. And
Got it. I got it, Your Honor.
All right. You're wanting a bench trial and you're pro se, you don't have an attorney, is that right?
I do not have an attorney.
And you are set for bench trial. You want a bench trial, right?
What's a bench trial?
A trial to me that you want to plead not guilty and set it for trial. We're set for trial today. Are you still wanting your trial?
Is there a possibility of a continuance?
There might be. We'll come back to that.
All right.
I'm not saying there is, but there might be. Priscilla Laura. Is Priscilla Laura here?
I have Priscilla Laura here at the courthouse, Your Honor, and I also have Sydney Leslie here at the courthouse, and her attorney is Mr. Peterson, who is on his way.
Oh, Peterson. I was saying, is it Peterson? I show a Peterson on Sydney Leslie, and I show Patterson on Robert Lozano.
I am on Robert Lozano, Your Honor.
Okay. So Sydney Leslie, is she here? She's with you. And her attorney Peterson is on the way.
He actually just walked in right now, so I can get both of them in front of the camera if you would like.
Well, let me hold on. Mr. Peterson, I'd like to hear from.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Peterson, I have us down for a motion hearing today. Is this the one where she's wanting a motion in limine to leave out the sovereign citizen language?
That is what we are scheduled for today. Mr. Storer and I have been in conversations, and we perhaps are going to resolve this matter altogether. So if you'd like to take up a couple other things, and I talk to my client for a few minutes, and then we'll jump back on and see what we can do.
Well, that would be fine.
Okay.
I'm just kind of trying to figure out where everybody is and what they want and don't want. And Lozano does want his hearing, warrant to show cause, right?
We need to see if we can locate him first, Judge.
If we can find him. Robert Lozano is still not here. You don't have him court security?
I do not have him here, Your Honor.
All right. Well, let's see then. Go back through these a different way. Mr. Brand, you're set for bench trial. You want to go to trial? Click on that little red microphone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
Let me go on the record. We are on the record in BU 2025 TR 1049, State of Kansas versus Ryan Christopher Brand. Please announce appearances for the state.
May it please the court, Cole Storer for the state.
And Mr. Brand appears in person, and pro se, you're still without an attorney, sir?
Yes, I spoke with two attorneys on the matter, and they both basically told me just to that I don't need their help on this for the type of matter it is. And I asked them again to help, but they said for what it is, it's, they think that I could talk with you and get it figured out. So that's my plan.
Okay.
The judge gave him chance after chance, but one excuse too many ended it all. This courtroom hearing started with a simple probation review, but within minutes, it became clear that the defendant had ignored nearly every condition the court had ordered. The judge began reading the list: substance abuse treatment, drug testing, payments, work requirements. One by one, nothing had been completed. When the judge asked what had happened, the defendant struggled to explain. He said he had started a new job. He claimed he was in mental health treatment. But when asked about the substance abuse treatment the court had ordered months earlier, he admitted it still hadn't been done. The judge wasn't buying it. He reminded the defendant that probation isn't about doing things only after getting caught. It's about following court orders from day one. Then things got even worse.